welcome back to my video blog. I have the honor and privilege of having with me today our county assessor, Mr. Tom Bordonaro. Tom, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. Appreciate it.
You're a very busy man and have a lot of questions about property taxes, the rate, the assessment, that sort of thing. So I came in to talk to Tom, get the most up-to-date information about that. And basically, Tom, in California we have Proposition 13, right? And ballpark, how does that work? For some of the people that may not know.
Prop 13 is relatively simple. It actually forbids a reassessment unless there's a change in ownership or new construction.
Okay.
Passed in 1976 as a result, a tax revolt.
Sure.
When they saw really escalating property values, and people were, at that time, they were being reassessed about every 4 years.
Right.
So a lot of people were seeing their taxes doubled, and sometimes even more than that. So it was a result of the people rising up and say, this does not work.
Too much tax. So that stabilizes it, and there's a certain amount of growth that's tacked on.
It stabilizes what your taxes will be. It adds surety.
Yeah.
It also actually helps local governments because they can plan better. They know how much revenue they're going to be receiving from the tax roll, and then the increase is limited to no more than 2% a year.
A year.
And that's tied to inflation.
Yes.
And they measure using the California Consumer Price Index.
Okay.
So whatever that is, from an October to October, every county in the state applies that inflation factor.
Got it. Okay, great. So one of the things that comes up is in this county, and maybe in some others, but in our county, once you hit 55 years of age, if you have a very low tax base, there's a way to transfer that one time to another property.
Correct.
And that's called the base year tax transfer, or Prop 60, I guess.
Right. It was a result of Prop 60. I think it was in the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the idea and the intent was, you raise your family. They've all flown the coop.
Right.
And you want to get rid of your 4-bedroom house. You're getting ready to go on fixed income, getting ready to retire. You want to buy a 2-bedroom house. But you've owned your home for so long that it has a very low tax base.
Yes.
And you can't afford to buy the 2-bedroom home because it's probably valued higher in California than your old home.
Right.
So you're able to sell the old home,
Yes.
purchase a new home. So long as the values are the same, the market value are the same, you can move your tax base over one time.
Great.
It is only one. You can only do it one time, and you can only do it within the county. You cannot transfer it to another county
Right.
here, or bring it. Actually, I think you can transfer it to some counties that accept them.
Right.
But you cannot bring them into San Luis.
Yeah, we
County.
won't accept someone else's from
Correct.
another county.
Correct.
Makes sense.
Correct.
Good.
There is a second transfer allowed if you become disabled, permanently disabled.
Okay.
Let's say you transferred your base year,
Right.
and you had a 2-story home.
Right.
You become disabled, and you can no longer use a 2-story home. With a doctor's certification, you can move it one more time.
Oh, okay.
So long as the values are the same,
Right.
and that's defined
Yes.
in law as what the same means.
Yes.
And you can move it a second time.
Still have to be at least 55 to start that process.
Correct. Well, no, you do not.
You don't have to be 55. It's
Correct,
a little
if it's
different.
right.
Okay, so if you have an accident, there's a disability or something.
Correct.
You can take it twice.
Correct.
Good to know. And then the other one that you brought up, well, I'd never even heard of this, is parent-child exclusion.
Correct.
Tell the
A parent-child exclusion was actually came onto the books right before the base year transfer, is Prop 58.
Okay.
And it said you can pass on to your children the base year value of your principal residence plus up to $1 million in assessed value per transfer. So if your estate was $1 million plus your residence, you can give that when you pass. You can pass that on to your children.
Nice.
The base is transferred, so their property taxes do not go up.
Okay.
And it also goes the other way around. So if your parents, if you'd like to give a property to your parents, you can transfer your base to them, so that
it's
their
almost
taxes will not.
interfamily.
It's interfamily. Only the parents to child.
Right.
It can go from parents to grandchildren, or grandchildren to parents
It
if the parents are deceased.
I see. I
So-
see. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
good.
and it's something. It's a tool that is very useful for estate planning, or if your kids are trying to get a start in the world, and
Sure.
you've got a rental property that you want to give them. There is a way to do that, where you can give them the lower tax base.
And they can keep that, keep
Right.
their expenses. Oh, good, all right. Well, very, very helpful, I think. So if somebody wants to call the office here and get a hold of you or somebody in the assessment office to get questions answered on a specific basis, they can do that. And that's the 781-5643?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And then the website, you said it's all online now?
We have it online. We have our brochures online. We have whether you think your property might be assessed too high.
Sure.
There's a calculator online for that, and a lot of information. You can go there. It is slocounty.ca.gov/assessor.
/assessor. Great. Well, anything else you think the public should know? Has been very informative.
Well, no, I think that kind of covers it for today, but I
Good.
appreciate your time.
Yeah.
And if anyone ever has any questions, just feel free to give us a call or send us an email. We'll respond as quickly as we can.
Yeah, I find everybody's very responsive here. That's
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thanks again. If you have any questions, you can call our office at 781-3750, and we'll be talking to you very soon.